This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, there he is. He's still in Fuckus. Let's go, Fuckus. Fuckus. Let's go. I would get people really nervous when I would say Fuckus at QAM. They would get really nervous because they're worried about the FCC. And it's like, dude, I'm not saying the word. Relax. Take it easy, okay? Take it easy.
Oh, what's up?
Nothing good, unfortunately, my brother. Nothing good, man. Nothing good. You know, Omar, I was thinking about this, and it's like I don't know what to think, right? And I don't know who to trust anymore or what to believe.
You don't know why Deshaun Watson wants to date you either?
Oh no, we talked about that yesterday. You know, he's a serial cheater, and so are the Dolphins, so they kind of belong together. So I get that already. So that part I understand. So
listen, they're not committed, man. They're not committed.
No, they're not. They're not. And
they're in an open relationship.
So walk me through this, because okay, now again, dude, I've been at this a long time, so it's made me cynical, and I'm sure to a certain extent you too. I look at what's gone on with the whole Tua mess, and you drafted a young man that you basically really didn't technically support almost. It almost feel if Flo almost treated him in a way like he treated Rosen, like he was kind of quitting on him quickly. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I don't think that's it. And I don't think that it's being portrayed that way. And I don't think it's healthy for the media, not just nationally or locally, to portray it that way. This is an unprecedented circumstance for many reasons. And we can sit here and we can debate about how hasn't been given a fair shot and how he hasn't been given a fair shake. And, oh, the O-line needs to be better. Oh, the wide receivers, if they can get healthy.
Garbage coaches, clown-ass coaches.
Nobody gives a fuck. And this is the NFL. Nobody gives a fuck. Xavier Howard was playing in Tampa Bay with a groin injury, got roasted. Did you give a fuck?
No.
You didn't.
No.
I'm sorry. And I love Tua, but if you're part of this organization and you've been at the ocean absolutely, literally lost in the ocean for 21 years, rudderless ship, going nowhere, no matter what you do, it all fails. And really, the only universal theme is that you don't have an elite quarterback. And you know, everybody in the league that's winning has an elite quarterback, generally, except for Tennessee.
No, hey, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Derrick Henry now is going to take over as a quarterback too there. So he threw as many touchdowns as Tannehill yesterday.
Stay on task. Stay on task.
There you go.
I know you want to Tannehill hate.
That Derrick Henry's special, bro. He carries him offensively.
Tannehill is out there as a wide receiver too, and you know he can catch passes.
That's right. So it'll be Derrick Henry throwing to Tannehill.
Listen, they might have one of the best teams in the NFL. Tannehill's their quarterback. Say that. Yeah. Put those in words.
Yeah, for sure. Dude,
put it in words.
Dude,
Tennessee Titans have
Tannehill is better than Trent Dilfer, and you want a title with Trent Dilfer. So yeah, of course you can. If you have the kind of team you have there, Tannehill can win a championship for you because all he has to do is manage the damn game, make a couple of passes. It's not that difficult. It's Trent Dilfer.
Tannehill will walk away from the NFL making $500 million.
Yeah,
he wins.
Yes, he does. He does win.
He wins.
He does win.
He wins.
He's a good kid.
Listen,
he's a good kid. He deserves it.
And I love Tua. I have respect for Tua. I believe that Tua will be a success in the NFL. The Dolphins are not in love with Tua. Nobody in the Dolphins are in love with Tua.
So let me finish my question. Let me finish my question.
What'd you say?
Let me run this scenario by you because it's driving me crazy now.
All right.
So normally, if you screwed up on a pick so quickly at number 5 overall, okay, and Austin Jackson ain't looking any good, huh?
It's not screwed up.
No, yeah,
there's
no. Listen to me. Let me explain a second. Let me finish my whole big ass question for you, and then you can break it all down and tell me I'm an idiot. Okay. So here we go. So you screw up this pick because you draft him at number 5. You're already out of it already. You're trying to unload and look for somebody else. So you've screwed up this pick. You look at Iggy. Iggy can't find a football field. Forget the football. He can't find a football field to play on. All right. Austin Jackson is guaranteed to commit penalties on every game and just, maybe he can play guard. I don't know, but he's still a disaster every single week with penalties. So you start to look around personnel-wise. Normally, in a normal situation, if you screw up on a quarterback pick that quickly, that will cost you your job. So now I see that Barry Jackson, right? And I'm not here to fire Greer or Flo, but here's Barry Jackson saying that he hears that they're safe for next year. And I know Stephen Ross has the normal patience stuff and all that. But in this kind of case, you would figure they would make a sweeping decision. And now they're trading for Watson.
Not how it works.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Now they're trying to trade for Watson, and they're probably competing with Carolina, Philadelphia, whatever. So overall, I'm wondering, was Tua really their pick? Or did somebody else in the organization push for Tua? Because they are very nonchalant drafting, getting rid of him, and quickly moving on to the next guy. And there is no blood in the water from it. So I'm wondering, that's strange, dude.
Steve Ross doesn't make draft picks.
And Peter King just reported that Stephen Ross is not pushing them at all for Watson.
Stephen Ross has come out and said he's not pushing them for Watson.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't know what to believe anymore, bro. Because
you can believe that Stephen Ross ain't pushing for nothing. Stephen Ross, that's not how he operates. He puts people in charge. Should he do a better job hiring? Yes, but and he lets them do their job.
That's what I've always thought too. But this is kind of strange, dude, that you draft a number 5 overall pick and you've basically quit. I think you basically
they have not quit on him. They have not quit on him. A supermodel wants to date them, and they are in an open relationship and are keeping their options open. And there is no. I'm sorry, Tua's not owed anything. What is Tua owed?
No, I'm not saying that he's owed. I'm just saying then don't draft him. Don't draft him if you're not going to support him. Don't draft him. That's all. You should have drafted another position.
Hold on. They supported him more than Tannehill ever got supported. They supported him more than Tannehill ever got supported.
So they tried.
They failed. Okay, they failed. Now that's a whole different argument. That's a completely separate argument.
And listen, competence and incompetence is counted, my man. If you're incompetent, you failed to support him. That's all. It's pretty simple. When Flo comes out after press conferences after every game and he has no answers, Flo's just incompetent. He looks like a clown out there. That's what he is right now. He's a clown. He should have a red nose and hair and all that. That's how he should stand on the sidelines, because he looks like a freaking clown because he has no answers. And they don't get better. And when he sits there on the podium and he tells everybody, well, they practice well, they don't make mistakes and they don't make turnovers in practice and this and that. And I thought they had a good practice. Well, apparently you don't have a good feel for jack shit, dude, because you're not doing anything right. You can't get an offensive line coach. You can't fix your offensive coordinators. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, basically. That's what's going on with Flo. So incompetence means you think you were going to support him, but problem is you're not good enough to know how to support him. That's what it looks like.
As I said to you yesterday, I don't care anymore. I fix it. Whether it's Deshaun Watson, whether it's continuing to invest in Tua, going and trading for an offensive lineman, because God knows that's the only way you're going to have a decent season.
Do you have an answer? Do you have like an answer how you really would fix it?
Who, me?
Yeah, Because this is hard, dude. Like this is a really difficult situation to fix.
I'm wholesale selling everything because I'm starting over, and like this ain't good. It ain't. It's not even close.
Right.
You are arguably. I believe the Detroit Lions would beat you because they play with effort, intensity, and fire, and you don't. Like I watch players.
I can't argue with you, dude. I can't argue with you. They may have a shot against the Jets, but they'll lose to the Lions. You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that.
You are one of the bottom 4 teams in the NFL. Despite all that you've done, you're not decimated by injuries, so you're not using that as an excuse. No, you're just. It's not working. None of it is working, and I can't fix it. There is no fixing this. The pieces don't work, and this is what you built. And you could say, "Oh well, it worked last year." Yeah, no, it worked because there were pieces that were included in it that made it all work, that sewed it all together. And you remove those pieces, so now it doesn't fit. And each year, a team is new and different, and chemistry and all that kind of stuff. Your free agency was a bust. Your draft was a bust. Your draft from the year before was a bust. You're now on your how many quarterbacks is we're selecting now? 2. He's already selected 2.
Do you believe that all these players are that bad?
I believe that. I watched them coming off the field yesterday, and they couldn't give 2 fucks that they had lost. And I'm not saying that they checked out on Flores, but they've certainly checked out on this season, and they're going through the motions. And they don't care like past teams have cared. Like I remember, and I don't get access.
Cam Cameron, those guys played super hard, bro, the whole year until the trailer thing. Then he lost them. They did. You got to admit it. They played hard until the trailer situation.
I don't know. That team played to not be embarrassed. And they were anyway. I'm not talking about
but they were pros. I mean, for whatever reason, it's not that they played hard for Cam, but
that team was decimated by injuries.
Yeah, and they still played hard until the trailer suspension. That's when he lost. Like that's when the guys said, like, "Hey, F you, dude. What are you doing?"
I don't even remember that season. I've watched it from my memory bank. It's like the Men in Black. It's like the Men in Black scanner, and they just wanded my brain. I couldn't even tell you what happened.
You don't remember, Doggy, that trailer played injured and stuff, and then he had, I think he had a personal issue or something, that he had something with a family member, and that Cam was being a jerk about her or something, and then suspended him for a game, and then the veterans like absolutely lost it because they knew what he was playing through the whole year and stuff like that.
Do not remember anything about that season. I remember Cam Camarillo won the game, and Joey Porter told Cam Cameron that you don't know shit, and like we're done. We're done here.
Yeah,
that's all I remember. And Randy Moss tearing ACLs too in one game. That's literally all I remember about that season. Don't remember anything else.
Oh, they're talking about 3 first-rounders and possibly a couple of second-rounders in this trade. Your thoughts on that?
I'm comfortable with the 3 first-rounders. I'm not necessarily comfortable with the second-rounders. But honestly, it is what it is. You're not going to do shit with your first-rounders anyway, so who gives a fuck? Be honest with you. Like,
did you see Glazer's comments?
I read Glazer's comments about he's not going to be suspended or something like that. I don't know.
Not just that. Let me play it. Let me play for you.
Previously, you reported that Miami was interested in trading for Houston quarterback Deshaun Watson. What is the latest on that?
They're still very heavily engaged with trade talks to the Miami Dolphins. What I'm told this week is that another team actually called up just to inquire, and the message the Texans were giving off of, you've got to beat Miami's offer. So it looks like it's all heading toward that way. And I do also know that they're looking still for at least 3 first-round picks plus 2 additional picks for Deshaun Watson.
We'll talk
What do you think about that?
3 first-round picks, and you can pick some players, but I'm not sending you second-round picks. And yes, I know Carolina has leaked out, or it's been leaked out that they're.
Yep. But that part, that nugget that Glazer dropped, like, you've got to beat Miami's offer.
Everybody's known that. Everybody's known that.
Like,
the announcements every time is you got to beat Miami.
So so are they already committed to all those picks?
Yeah, I've reported that a long time. There's a standing offer that Miami has not removed. Now, I don't think Miami has sweetened the offer, but it's a standing offer. Whatever it is, that's what it is. And I'm pretty sure it involves 3 first-round picks. Not that it shouldn't, but and you brought up a point the last time we talked, which was not last time, but Friday.
Mm-hmm.
They probably got to move him before next offseason. Because if he is arrested, if he is charged,
oh God,
I mean, price probably got to go down. It's not a price went up.
Yeah, but I don't think this trade is going to be made with any contingencies. I think this is whatever.
It is made with contingencies. If it isn't, and he gets arrested, he gets arrested and suspended for a year or 2, then you should be fired immediately if you didn't make it with contingency.
And that's why I keep asking. I just wonder behind the scenes.
It really comes down to do you want him or do you not want him? Like, and are you going to do what it takes to get him? And clearly, they want him. Are they going to do what it takes to get him? I don't know. We'll see. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, then we're going to see on Tuesday of next week. But it's they're going to trade him before Tuesday. The question is where they send him and for what. And either you're bidding or you're not bidding. And Miami's clearly bidding. Now, are they going to raise their price, raise their offer? Who knows? How desperate are they? And I don't know that answer. Probably another Buffalo beatdown makes them really desperate, which is why you probably would be wise to get it done this Tuesday. But I can't tell you whether this is right, wrong. This is the smart play, the good play, the bad play. What I can't tell you is I don't care anymore. And you should neither.
No, that's never going to be me, dude. I'm always going to care no matter what. I can bitch, I can complain, I can rip, whatever, I can cheer, but if
this is going to work, if you said, do you say as Chris Greer and Brian Flores, this is going to save my job? I hope so. If the answer is yes, then do it. Because you're in job saving range here. And whether it's this offseason, and I don't think Steve Ross fires anybody this offseason. That's not his style. It's just not. And I think the only chance is this team absolutely quits on Flores and they don't win another game or they win 4 games. But at this point, they look like they're on pace for 4 games. So, and Ross is just about continuity, consistency. He's not going to fire a coach 3 years into his contract. He's just not. He's not going to fire him during the season, even though he did that to Tony Sperano.
Did you see the exchange between Marino and Tua?
I did.
What did
Tua's got to put on his big boy pants, man.
What did you think of that exchange?
Listen, it ain't personal. Like, it ain't personal.
Huh?
Like, don't take it personal.
Is that like a godfather, like telling you, hang in there, son?
Listen, it ain't personal.
I know the bullshit you're going through. Don't pay attention to it. You'll be fine. No. You'll kick ass somewhere else. I believe in you.
I liked and respected his press conference because Tua basically outed Flores, and I know it was done strategically. And Flores is a straight shooter, which not a lot of people like straight shooters.
Dude, have you reached out to Lee Steinberg yet? Because he must be a pressure cooker right now that is dying to explode and say, and he's already said stuff in the past about Tua and the injury or playing or whatever, that he broke some news.
He's just focused on trying to get his quarterback to a good team, a good home. Find his quarterback a good home. And this ain't nothing personal. This is business.
It's business. Well, hold on a second. It's business, but it's got to be a little personal on the Tua side and the agent side. They got to feel a little pissed off. It's like, wait a minute. Well, hold on a second. So a little over a year ago, you had a card at number 5, and you wrote our name. We didn't beg to go there. We didn't put a gun to your head to pick us. And this is so. Why draft if you're not? Why draft if you're really not committed? That's what they got.
Are they committed? Are they committed to Noah?
He already fractured his ribs for these guys, for this bum ass team and this bum ass staff.
Who cares? Is he a top 15 quarterback?
Yes, he easily could be a top 15 quarterback if he had the right offense.
I didn't ask if he could be a top 15 quarterback. I said, is he a top 15 quarterback?
Again, it's an unanswered question. You cannot.
No, it's not an unanswered question. His passer rating says that he's not.
It's not his fault. He's part of garbage, just like Jalen Waddle's averaging 2 yards a catch. Because he's with these effing clowns. If he was with Andy Reid, Jalen Waddle would be averaging 16 yards a catch.
I don't care.
I get you don't care. That's fine.
He's not a top 15 quarterback. He's not. And will he be by the end of the season if everything was perfect? You don't know that.
No, he won't be. He won't be.
You don't know that.
He doesn't have anything around him to be a top 15
quarterback. I don't care.
Dude.
I don't care.
Chicken salad
they said the same thing for Ryan Tannehill and said the same thing for Chad Henne. I don't care.
It's not even the same.
And understand, I love Tua. I believe in Tua. 95 quarterback rating, 69.5% completion percentage, 7.1 yards per attempt.
With garbage. With garbage. Is it good enough? Is it good enough? I can tell you right now, everybody in the organization says no. Wow, and they're really smart. Like, I'm taking their word for it.
Not just the front office.
They haven't done enough for me to say, oh no, they're not Pat Riley, in other words.
Not just the front office.
Riley says, if Pat Riley or Spo says you're not good enough, I defer. I may
not just the front office,
but I respectfully defer. When they tell me something, I can challenge anything and everything that they say.
Not just the front office.
Everybody. I don't care who it is. Front office, coaching, owner, whoever you want in that organization. I will challenge any of them.
It's just not good enough. Steve Young, just like everybody.
Hey, Steve Young wasn't good enough either in Tampa. Okay, when you're surrounded by shit, that means you're in the.
Did you just say he's going to become Steve Young? Is that what you're saying?
What I said is he could be a Steve Young if you put him.
If
you put him with Terrell Owens and Jerry Rice.
I need you to put your name on it. He's going to be traded away and he's going to turn into Steve Young. I need you to put your name on it.
Right now, he's Steve Young behind Lawrence Phillips, missing a block and concussing him and knocking him out for the rest of his career.
I love Tua. I love Tua. I am not willing to say he's going to be Steve Young. I'm not willing to say. I'm not willing to say he's going to be. I'm not
saying that he's the same player as Steve Young. What I'm saying is he can be just as successful as Steve Young. If he was with Andy Reid, he would be a lot better off.
This isn't personal. Chris Greer can be fired at any time. Brian Flores has a 5-year guarantee contract. He can be fired at any time. These offensive coordinators, for poor performance, they can be fired at any time. Josh Boyer can be fired at any time. Any player on the roster can be fired at any time, can be traded at any time. I'm sorry. There's nothing that makes Tua special outside of this outside perception that things have to be gifted and guaranteed and promised to quarterbacks.
It's not gifted or it's just, dude. It's a terror. Omar, nobody can play behind that line.
And
Nobody can.
I was the first one that said it. He's making the line decent. They ran for 100 yards, only allowed 1 sack last
so
Sunday.
How can you say it's not good enough if he's elevating?
It's just not good enough, Big O. They are not winning a championship with Tua. They know that.
Yeah, because it's not a championship team.
No,
that's why
they don't believe he's good enough.
Are you saying that Tua's holding them back?
They don't believe he's good enough. I don't agree with them. They don't believe he's good enough. And with Deshaun Watson sitting out there, they want it. And
if they tell me that he's not good enough, I tell them they're wrong. That's all. I tell them they're wrong, and the problem is you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know how to protect the kid, and you don't know actually how to build an offense, and you can't even find an offensive coordinator. You can't find an offensive line coach.
And all your points are valid. And if everything in the universe was perfect, they probably would still believe that he's not good enough. And
that's contradicting, right? You know what you can't tell me that everything's valid, and then you can't say he's not good enough. The bottom
line is they don't believe his arm is good enough. And I cannot at this point argue against it.
Okay.
And you can say whatever you want about it.
I've seen the same arm succeed. It's named Joe Montana. Same arm, dude. No difference. No difference at all. Zero.
And
Montana didn't have a great arm.
And I could disagree with them. You could disagree with them. I believe he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback when in 2023, they don't want to wait. And they don't want to chance it. And I understand why they don't. Now the question is, will they get a deal done? Because you can't say, yeah, I want to fuck somebody else. I'm going to go fuck somebody else. And then when that person doesn't sleep with you, come back and say, yeah, she didn't want to sleep with me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Let's do it. Like, the damage is done, bro. Like, you saw to his face.
Right.
He knows they don't love him.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah. No. He knows
do you want to be with somebody who doesn't love you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I wish the best for him. I wish the best for him, and I believe in him, and I believe he'll be successful wherever he goes. Like, they can't force people to love you. You cannot force people to love you.
Right.
No matter what you do, you cannot force people to love you. And you should aspire to be with somebody who loves you. Flo don't love you.
There's no doubt about that.
Love you. Your teammates don't love you. Like,
that's wrong.
I can't. It is what it is. I can't
they polluted the water. The coaching staff polluted the water and forced fans, media, and even his own teammates to not believe in him because they don't believe in him.
Deshaun Watson polluted the water. Deshaun Watson is trying to steal his team.
He's not the problem.
It is what it is. It's nothing personal. And for Deshaun to want to play for Chris Greer and Brian Flores, props to him. More power to you. I hope you get what you deserve. All of it.
So he's a predator and he's a drug addict?
What do you mean?
You got to be a drug addict to want to play for Flo.
I'm not saying that. Listen,
you got to
not fair.
You got to be so high to want to play for Flo at this point right now. I mean, right now, Pookie at the Carter doesn't want to play for Flo. And he's getting as high as it can possibly be at the Enterprise.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Until people that I trust say fuck this dude, I'm not saying that.
Well, I'm telling you right now, you got to be high to want to play for Flo at this point. So, Deshaun,
you know what? When you lose,
you know what? I'm not surprised. He doesn't make good decisions anyways.
Well, listen, when you lose
away from the football field,
when you lose, everybody comes out the woodwork with everything. everybody has every little negative thing to say, and everybody has, and they start dogpiling. You didn't hear none of this stuff in 2019. You didn't hear none of it in 2020.
I know.
And
That's the shocker.
I said, people were like, "No, you're a liar." Like, I'm sorry, Flo isn't a likable dude.
Yeah.
Like, and
I don't care if you're likable or not, because Don Shula isn't likable. I just want to know you're competent, and that's my problem with Flo right now. I don't see any competence. That's what I don't like.
Proved he was competent last year.
Hey, you can be an asshole as long as you win, and you know how to win. You know how to put people in positions to win.
He's competent. He proved he was competent last year. This year, he can't fix problems.
Right. No, this year he created the problems.
Okay,
he created the mess at offensive coordinator. He brought in the new offensive line coach. He's the one that's created this screwed up relationship with Tua as it is. He's the one that's created this damn mess, not anybody else.
Hey man, you banished Chan Gailey for Tua. So
yeah, I mean, and I was a Chan Gailey fan. So what am I going to tell you? All right, what are you working on the Sun Sentinel so folks can check you out, my man?
Grades today. I'm gonna have a column. I don't know. I'm gonna have a haymaker column on Tuesday.
So grades today, they're all flows because they're all Fs?
No, actually, I think some of the grades are pretty decent. The run game did well. The passing game did well.
Yeah, Tua did all right. He just too.
Yeah, I can't give everybody an F. No. Like run defense did well. They did well.
Yeah, just make sure you give all the coaches an F.
Yeah, they get Fs. They get Fs. they definitely get Fs. I mean, players got to get Fs too. I mean, you put them in a great spot to deflect that pass, and it was just perfect pass, great player. Maybe Kyle Pitts should have been your player. Should have stayed at 3, never traded away what is probably now the number 2 pick in the draft. God, you look like an idiot. You couldn't put it conditionally. You're going to give away the lowest of the 2 draft picks. No, you got to give them your draft pick because you're so convinced you're going to be a good team. Like, oh man, you just morons.
Well, I was a dumbass. I thought they were going to be a good team.
Everybody, listen. Everybody got it wrong, bro. Everybody got it wrong.
Yes, we did.
Everybody got it wrong. I didn't get it wrong on the O-line, but everybody got it wrong. Like, it's.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm curious to see what happens tomorrow, because if they're going to trade for Watson, it's going to be tomorrow.
Right.
And then if they don't trade for Watson, which I think Houston can drag it out another week, see if the stakes get raised with Buffalo. Buffalo is it, bro. Last stand. And it ain't like that team is going to quit after Buffalo.
Oh, so, yeah. No, I mean, it's going to be a slaughter in Buffalo.
I mean, yeah. Basically, I mean, Buffalo, they're going to put that quit in them.
Oh, yeah. No, they're going to put they're going to put it. No, well, they're all going to want to rest in the second half. So they're going to want to kick their ass early on, and we'll see the backup quarterback midway through the third or something.
Yeah. Then you got Houston, and then Baltimore. Come on, they're going to put their foot in you. Like
they usually do. They usually do. Miami's never physical enough for Baltimore. Sucks. All right, follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly and catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Oh, you're a stud as always. We will talk later in the week, my friend. You be good and hang in there.
All right, man. I'll let you.
You got it. There you go. Omar Kelly and our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report.